Hello, as I promised, I'm gonna be sending today a story. And you know what's the story about today? It's about spring, la primavera. Perché la primavera finalmente è arrivata. Anche se noi siamo chiusi in casa, la primavera è qua. E guardate chi è. Io ho questa amica. It's a flower from spring. It's a flower. Hello kids. Hello kids. How are you? Have a very, very nice spring. Tuk, 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 tuk. Guardate che bella. Isn't she beautiful? It is a flower from the spring. Okay? Flower, flower, flower. And we are on spring. Spring, primavera, spring. Ok? E adesso vi leggerò una storia, giustamente, della spring for Sophie, okay? This is a story about a girl called Sophie that she's waiting for spring. Sta aspettando la primavera. This story is written by Yael Werber. When will spring come, Mom? Sophie asked her mom. Spring comes slowly, her mom told her. How will I know when spring is here? The first way to tell spring is coming is to listen for it. When you hear that the birds start singing, tweet, 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 tweet. So Sophie went outside to listen. She listened in the mornings, in the evenings, and finally one day when she was outside with her mom, she listened to the first tweet, 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 tweet. Every day she heard more and more and more. And then soon she could hear all kinds of birds saying to each other, spring is here, spring is here. Tweet, 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 tweet. But outside was still snowy. How will I know when spring is getting even closer? You have to use your feet. Feet. When you start to feel the ground get softer and muddy, that's when you'll know how spring is getting closer. So, Sophie paid extra attention with her feet, walking around the snow. When she walked the woods with her dad, the ground was still slippery and hard. When she walked shadow with her mom, everything still felt icy. But then one day, the ground felt softer, and the snow was slushier. And pretty soon, her boots started sinking in the ground instead of slipping. Sophie felt spring getting closer. But it's still not spring, Sophie said, and she sighed. Oh, I don't want to put my coat and my gloves anymore. How will I know when spring is really here? Well, Sophie, says her mom, you have to use your eyes and your nose to tell spring is here, her mom said. You have to watch and wait until the snow starts to melt. And you will have to wait until the air begins to smell like earth on the rain. So Sophie watched. She watched around. She watched as the ice melted in the lake. She watched as flowers pushed up from under the ground and showed their stems. And she watched as new moss covered the rocks and the woods. This is the moss. She saw the world turn from white. Everything was white. To green. You see? Everything became green. And then one day, after the snow had melted, Sophie smelled the air. She quickly put on her rain boots and her raincoat and ran outside. Sophie looked up at the sky as the rain started to fall. Sophie, what are you doing? She heard her dad call. Now I know spring is here, she called, because this is what spring tastes like. And she opened her mouth and started to taste the raindrops. This is how spring tastes. Very good. Welcome, spring. We're happy spring is here, right? I give you a big kiss, and also Flower gives you a big kiss. Mwah. Love you. Mwah.